Let's go.
Afford to tip, please stay off DoorDash. Okay, I know tip culture has gotten insane, but it is raining outside and I decided, let me turn on my dash. Typically it's really good in inclement weather. Negative. The amount of no tip orders that I'm seeing is crazy. It's crazy. My philosophy, no tip, no trip. And this is why my acceptance rate stays below 10 to 5%, 98% of the time. Absolutely not. Gas is over $4 a gallon. I ain't got time for all that. You want me to pick up your food and take it 20 minutes away and you tipped $1? What? No. Can't even say, oh, maybe they have a cash tip. Nope. I probably sound like crazy and maybe someone's going to see this video and be like, oh my God, like you should be thankful for the $1. What is that going to do? No. I do this for extra money, not to just burn my gas. No tip, no trip. Somebody will bring you your food, okay? They will, I promise you. But it's probably going to be someone who's going to steal fries out of your bag and hasn't taken a shower, okay? Just being honest with you.
It truly amazes me that people want to grocery shop for their food. I don't care if it's 1 or 2 items, 10 or 20, and then put no tip. Like, are you kidding me? You expect somebody to drive to the grocery store, shop for your food, check out, bag, drive it to your house, unload it, and you're not going to tip? I don't know how it works. Obviously, I don't take that order. I hope nobody else takes but I am just like completely dumbfounded that anybody would think that that is okay to do.
And I don't do favors for customers who don't leave tips. You see, one customer wants me to grab 3 vinaigrettes. No. Another customer asks for well-done tenders. No. You don't leave tips, I will not be doing any extra favors. First off, gas is way too high to not be leaving any tips. Do y'all see these gas prices? And then you want to ask for extra favors? I will not be doing any extra favors for any customers who do not leave tips. I will gladly not do it. I will look at it. Nope. No tips. No favors. Nope. Gas is too high, guys. Way too high. Okay, y'all. Am I a bad person for allowing this person's food to purposely get cold? Because I'm tired of the no-tip orders, y'all. I'm tired of the no-tip orders. Do y'all see? I'm going to show y'all. Do y'all see? This is Tashaka S. I know they didn't leave no tip. This is what they ordered. It's $9.09. They ordered this at $9.09. It's currently $9.37. I am sitting in the Chick-fil-A parking lot. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to leave, though. After I record this, I will leave and drop this food off. But I know this food is good and cold. For one, I literally sat in my car for like 10 minutes after I accepted the order before even getting in the drive-thru. Got in the drive-thru. Chick-fil-A was so busy in the inside. No, they were closed on the inside. The drive-thru was so busy. The inside was closed. Like, it wasn't even open. They closed at a certain time. So I had to sit in drive-thru for about 10 minutes. So I already know this food is good and cold. But guess what? Y'all didn't leave no tip, so I wasn't finna expedite nothing. You finna get some real cold fries. Your drink the ice finna be melted. The sandwich is gonna be cold. And let me know. Do y'all think I should feel bad? I don't feel bad. Honestly, I don't feel bad. But do y'all think that, I should feel bad? Like, do y'all think I'm a bad person for doing this? Because and y'all can be honest. I'm not gonna, I ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. I mean, I accept all comments, good, bad, ugly. I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, at the end of the day, most people say no trip, no tip, no trip. But I ain't gonna say that about this order. I'm gonna deliver the food, but it ain't gonna be fresh. Sorry, Tashika, or I think it's Tashaka, but sorry, Tashaka. You finna have some cold food for dinner, but you should have left the tip. And you didn't do that, so now you're gonna pay the price. Cold food.
Look at all these orders. Look at this. No tip, no trip. Mandatory. No tip, no trip. Look at the price.
Stop ordering DoorDash if you can't afford to tip your Dasher. I just watched this video where these kids ordered Taco Bell to their school and their delivery woman had to very low-key throw the bag over the fence. And they actually tipped her $5. And then you have all of the comments being like,
oh, she a real one. She didn't even expect a tip. Because I don't tip my Dashers unless they do a little...
Yeah, you should always tip them. I'm sorry. If you don't tip your Dashers, you are literally going to hell. Especially because it is common knowledge that they don't make enough by any means for what they have to do. How many hours they have to put in to make a livable wage and the distance they have to travel. And then you're like, well, if I didn't have to spend so much on the food, you're spending $30 on 4 weeknights.
Just a reminder, there are people like this out there that are happy to do whatever they can to get free stuff. Proud and loud to be selfish with terrible morals. Like, what is this? What do they hope to accomplish? Is this how guilty people confess? I did it and I'll do it again, copper. You'll never catch me. Get out of here. This 10,000% is tied to those $2, $3, $4 measly orders that we see. And you're thinking, yeah, I'll knock this out real quick. Meanwhile, this person is in the background laughing that they got away with it again. These people do not care about you. They don't care if you run your mind and your body to the ground. They don't care if you break your car. They don't care if you can afford to live. They do not care. At worst, these are terrible people that know what they're doing and do it anyway. At best, they're a person that just doesn't believe in tipping culture. Either way, massively inconsiderate for the person that's doing work for you. And it'll be the same dog whistles that we hear every time. But I'm paying Doordash so much already. You should get a better job if you want better pay. I shouldn't be responsible for paying this person? Okay. Like, if you can't afford to tip, I know times are tough, that's one thing. But bragging online about how you don't do it, I just can't imagine what's to gain from that besides looking super lame. Dashers, when you close your eyes and picture the customer that you're working for, who do you picture? Is it somebody that's nice and grateful and happy to see you coming with their stuff? Or is it somebody like this that could care less about your health and well-being and just wants to get their Skittles? Good thing for the good customers, most of us just know that people like this out there exist and we don't change how we do according to who it might be. But there is the no tip, no trip crew, and there are Dashers out there that go the extra mile to make sure that non and bad tippers get bad service. That's a lot for me, but for some drivers, that means putting people's food on the floor and then blasting the AC at it. Diabolical. Clearly, Doordash should be paying us more, but there's no reason for this. I hope you get what you pay for. Nothing.
Listen, I feel like if you ordering something off of DoorDash, it is only right to tip. Even if it's just a little bit, even if you only got like $1, it's the right thing to do. But I'm being told that I'm wrong for telling my cousins that they wrong for not tipping. See, the other day I went over to my cousin's house. When I got there, I went in, they said, hey, was the delivery driver out there? They said he was close by. I said, no, when nobody out there, when I got out there. Why, did y'all order something? They said, yeah, we got some DoorDash. I said, oh, y'all could have told somebody. Okay, what y'all get to eat? They say, no, we didn't get any food. We ordered something else. So I said, oh, okay, cool. And they said, yeah, we barely got it. By the time they added on all the fees, man, we barely was able to afford it. I said, yeah, them fees can be killer, especially when you add on that tip. They say, no, we didn't tip. We just left $0. I said, hold on. Y'all got the tip. Sometimes no orders only pay by $4, $5, sometimes even $3. You got to leave a little tip for the driver, something, even if it's just $1, just something out top. Then they said, well, we didn't have enough money to tip, but we did text the driver and say thank you. I said, thank you don't pay the bills. Y'all have cars here. Y'all could have just got in y'all car, went and got it yourself, especially if you could barely afford it. If you go get it yourself, it's a lot cheaper because you don't have to pay for those fees. They said, well, we didn't want to go because it's cold outside and it's dark. I said, you don't think the delivery driver cold? You don't think it's dark for them too? We live in the same place. They said, well, it ain't no big deal anyway. They'll be all right. They the one out there doing it. Got you. It ain't no big deal. I understand. Some people feel differently about tipping. But I said, well, if you can't afford the tip, you shouldn't use the service. Like, if you can't afford to spare an extra $1 for somebody that's out there in the cold, in the dark, which you didn't even want to do, don't use the service. They gonna call me wrong talking about I can't tell them what they can do with their money. It's a service and tipping is optional. I get tipping is optional, but I feel like that's just the right thing to do, especially if you have just acknowledged that it's cold and dark outside.
Let's go.